Hello, good evening, or good afternoon, or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. We have a global audience, so that's it's never a given as to what time of day it is where you might be. But whatever it is, welcome to the show. It's Friday night here in the UK at 7, well, just gone 7 p.m, and we are here with another live episode of the Synth Network Show, episode 294. We're getting close to that 300. That'll be in the new year, I think, won't it? Or maybe it'll be the New Year's show. I don't know. Anyway, it's getting close, isn't it? Now the temperature's dropped here in the UK to, and we've had snow already. It's definitely approaching that season. But we are here to launch your weekend in a synthy fashion with lots of great people to talk to and lots of things to talk about, which wasn't the case about an hour ago. We had about 2 things on the list, and we managed to fill things up. But I tell you what, we've also got completely unannounced previously, because it was very last minute. We have a very special guest for you who's joining us for hopefully the whole of the show, if not most of it. But we'll introduce them in just a little while. But before I do, it's probably best to get all of the housekeeping rubbish out of the way. So the first thing that you should know is that if you can give us a thumbs up and a like, that would be great. Doing it during the show apparently is a more powerful thing. If you want to comment throughout the show, you can do so in the YouTube chat, the Twitch chat, the Facebook thing underneath the video, whatever that's called. They're the 3 platforms we broadcast on. So if you want to participate in the show, which we thoroughly encourage you to do, please do so in those particular places. If you want to subscribe to the channel, that would mean the world to us. It doesn't cost you a single penny, but it does make a huge difference to us. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do. The benefit is, of course, that it shows YouTube that people like this channel. It also makes sure that you get notified if you click the little bell button next to it of anything that might come along. Rather than just our regular Friday show, we do occasionally do some like one-offs or specials, and I'm not saying anything in particular, but there might be something happening in the next few days. So you might want to subscribe so you get notified of that kind of thing. If you don't, you'll miss out. And yeah, of course you can watch on catch up, but you don't have the benefit of being there live in the presence of kind of thing. So please give us a subscribe if you haven't already done so. And if you know somebody who would really like this show, or maybe just like it a little bit, and they don't already watch the show, then please do share the link to the channel and encourage them to participate and join in. And to anyone that's new to the channel, hello, welcome, and I hope you enjoy and stick around. Thanks for that. As I've said, every week we are a completely community-funded channel, so we can only stay on air by paying the bills, and we ask for people's assistance, and they always step up and they help us keep everything going on the air. You can do that in a number of ways. One of the ways you can do that is by using YouTube Super Chat or Super Stickers, where you can purchase a little sticker that goes into the chat, and it costs you, however much you want to donate. YouTube take a little cut of that, but we also get a little bit of that, and that goes into the pot that pays the bills, which in actual fact are coming out in about a week's time. You can also become a YouTube channel member, and that only costs a minimum of $2 a month, and for that you get the warm fuzzy feeling of supporting the channel, but you also get access to exclusive content. So that might be synth presets, samples. We do decent sampler instruments, which are complete. The decent sampler is a wonderful free instrument, and we do instruments for that format, so anyone can use them. We do ad-free videos. We put all of our synthspiration videos on there ad-free, and without you having to go to the program and scan through to find it. They're all there. So it's a really cool way of supporting the channel. And another cool way of doing that, of course, is through Patreon. Patreon does it. You get exactly the same benefits. You get all of that free stuff. You can subscribe for a minimum $2, and if you want to stop at any time, you can, and you can start again when you feel you're able to or you want to. Or if you don't want to, you don't have to. You're not obliged, but it's there. And if you want to support us, that's a really great way of doing it. The other great way of doing it is buying some of our merchandise. We have merchandise. I'm wearing some right now. It's got logos and stuff on and all sorts of gubbins. T-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, jumpers, Christmas jumpers no less. I think that today was actually the last day for non-expedited shipping of the Christmas jumpers. So if you're looking for one of those, get in quick. Other things like mugs and bottles, things like this kind of stuff, and we've got coasters and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, if you want any of that stuff, you can either have it, for yourself, or you might want to buy it as a Christmas present for your loved one. I know we've been making some sales just for that particular reason. So now's the time to get in there before the postal service gets bogged down with everything else. So merchandise, go and support us that way, and you can wear your T-shirt with pride. I love going to these shows and seeing people wearing all of this stuff. So that's another way that you can support us. Right. You can also interact with other people from the show, whether it's the panel or whether it's other viewers through our Discord channel, prosynthnetwork.com/Discord. That will take you there. And throughout the week, people come in and talk and chat and ask questions. And we'd love to see that grow even more than it has already. If you are a social media junkie, we're across all of those platforms that you see on your screen right now with the handle @ProSynthNetwork. And if you want to ask a question during the show of any of the panel and our special guest, then please preface your question with a big capital Q, and make sure you put a question mark at the end, because that also flags it up on our system so that we can pop that into the question part and bring those out at the appropriate time. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the housekeeping. Next we will show you how to escape the aircraft, where your life jackets are, where the oxygen masks will fall down from, and what you can use as a buoyancy aid, and the whistle when you're in the water. And anyway, let's crack on. Let's bring the panel in. Guess what, kids? He was here on time. I don't believe this. It's the one and only Mr. Kent Spong.
Hello.
Yay!
Did you soil the bed?
Yeah. No, actually, I actually finished work early today. Hence being here.
Is this synth work or Mustang work?
This is synth work.
Oh, okay.
Yes, there was a lot of synthy work to do. I couldn't do it in the workshop because it's too cold. And the AC was not man enough to get it up to a temperature we could turn the synth on and expect it to work. So I moved to the front room where my hairy assistant has been with me all week.
Your hairy assistant.
Yeah.
That's no way to talk about Fiona.
I'm trying to solder, and suddenly there's this dog's head comes between me and what I'm trying to solder in. And and we managed to get, what was it, a Jupiter 6, 2 CS60s, what else was there? A CS70 and what was the little thing? And a little thing.
A little thing.
And the little thing.
Was
that the Roland little thing or the Moog little thing?
No, it was neither. It was a. Oh, it was a. What do you call it? Thing. The
window clearer.
Yeah, no, the red one.
The red one.
Nord.
Oh,
thank you. It was a Nord. Yeah.
Edwin
yeah.
Nord.
Yeah, they spelled Nord right, I suppose. So yes, so we've got all them done, and so they're at the front door ready to go.
Marvellous.
And it's back on the Mustang tomorrow.
Brilliant stuff. Well,
I'm
hopefully the weather
putting
will hold.
lacquer on.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
The lacquer's going on tomorrow if it's warm enough.
I had a turn up for the books at the garage today. I took my car in. I thought I'd got a slow puncture. Turns out all I needed was a rim job.
Nice.
Again.
Yes. No, apparently the tyre had been fitted slightly incorrectly, and it was just leaking from the rim. So instead of having to fork out £250 for one tyre, it does a little bit. It was bubbling as well. They just refitted the tyre and everything's golden. So, interesting stuff. Anyway, moving on from my rim job, let's bring in some of the other noisy characters that you can hear in the background there. We haven't seen him for a few weeks. It's Jason Jervis, everyone.
Yay!
How you doing?
Yeah, I'm drier than I was last week, which was quite unfortunate because I got absolutely drenched on the motorcycle, so I was extremely moist. But I've been very busy. And of course, the week before I was working fireworks for school. So.
Of course, yes.
So good evening and howdy, everybody. It's been
good to have you.
Not through the want of being here. I've wanted to be here, just things have got in the way.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
But yeah, it's good. And of course, synthesizers everywhere. I mean,
yes,
let's just do this straight away. Come
on.
on.
What's that?
We love modular, right? We absolutely adore it. There it is.
When you say we,
direct. Yeah, you as well.
That's the royal we.
We. That's the royal we. Well, I've got to represent modular on the show
It's a
because,
nice
like,
case.
you guys,
I'll give you that. It's a nice case.
It's wood, isn't it?
It's a nice piece.
We
of
love
wood.
a bit of wood.
Love a nice.
Oh, it's the wrong one again.
Stand there, man. Get it out.
Get it out.
Get it out.
Your rack
So,
is just basically a normal synthesizer, but it looks open.
Yeah,
it's
it's like one of
broken.
those deconstructed dishes you
Yeah.
get at the restaurant, isn't it?
Look like you've lifted the lid. That's all.
All the bits just
Exactly.
like not in the right place.
Exactly. At the right or the right order because you can
Yes.
you can mess it up. You know,
Indeed.
I put my my filter
what
to
I
the
do.
left of my oscillator.
Ooh,
Come on,
get you.
Sue me. Sue me.
You have to wear the
Is it
special
like-
cream.
Because I remember when I was a young teenager that there was a if you got your left ear pierced, it meant one thing, and if you got your right ear pierced, it meant something
the
else. So it's,
80s. Left
Yeah, it
ear
wasn't the
was
80s.
straight, right ear was gay.
that's it. Yeah,
I did,
Both
I
ears
did,
really crap
I
with a
did
staple
both
gun.
ears. Yeah, didn't care.
I didn't care.
Libertine. Yeah.
And nose piercing, that was the 90s.
Well.
Welcome.
Indeed. Yeah.
Staple gun accident.
Still there.
Indeed. Anyway, good to see you, Jace. Welcome back again.
likewise,
Always
Robin.
good to
Thanks.
have you and your input. Let's move not too far away from Jason and bring in Mr. Andrew Longhurst. Welcome, sir.
Hello. How are you all? Nice to see you.
Jackson's here.
How are you?
I'm good. It's been one of those. I've actually had a brilliant week. Aside from sorting out some video shoots that I'll be doing next week, I've actually done some music for the first time, and it feels like about 3 years where I've actually just sat down and written from beginning, just kind of layering stuff up, putting some music together, putting some visuals on it, and it's been utterly brilliant. It's just been one of those really easy. Oh, that was easier than I thought it would be. I seem to remember writing music was always a bit of a creative. No, it was fab. It was
Cool.
really fab. Really,
Yes.
really good.
I was
And
playing
then-
with. Yeah, go on.
Go on.
No,
go on.
After you. After you.
All right. Well, and then I told tales. I think it was last week or the week before of having security cameras and alarms and things fitted on the place. I spent an hour, probably an hour and a half on Monday night, just looking at the live feed from the cameras, the different cameras around, just watching. There's nothing going on. There's no one around at 3 a.m, but I was still looking at them for about an hour and a half. I don't know why.
No, it's incredibly voyeuristic, and I do the same. I absolutely do this. I go through the recordings in the morning as well, just to see what my neighbours are doing.
Yeah, that's what I do. I see a lot of pussy.
Yes, they do
Mr.
pull a lot of
Evans.
false triggers. Yeah,
Mr. Evans, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
indeed. Anyway, good to see you. Let's move further up north. I think he might be sober now. I'm not entirely sure if he's dried out after the other night. I know I was up watching it and was having a few wee drams to celebrate Scotland qualifying for the World Cup finals. First time since 1998. It's our very own jock. It's Scott McAuley.
Kitchen.
Oh, what a night!
It certainly was. It certainly was. Yeah, with the exception of that, it's been a steady old week. I've got the Nina arrived the Delia arrived this week, so
yeah,
been
that's what you
playing
got
around
on
with
cheap,
that.
isn't it?
It looks like it might be a returner, not because I don't like the sound of it, but it seems there may be an issue with mine. Melbourne Instruments are looking into it at the moment, but to me it sounds like possibly a faulty processor. It's like when I'm turning knobs and things, I'm getting like processor clicks, and yeah, it's strange. It's a strange one. So I've sent them the patch that it was happening with, and they're looking into it at the moment. But it's a new one on them, so maybe I'm driving it too hard. I don't know, but yeah, well, it sounds lovely though, and it plays well. Yeah, the pots are not a gimmick with that. It's very nice sound.
When we first had a look at that, we thought, who wants motorised pots? But everyone that we've seen that's actually got one and played with one says, yeah, they're a real game changer.
Yeah, and it's especially the way they've set the mod matrix up, because you basically select the buttons along the bottom here. You select them as your sources.
Yeah.
So as soon as you hit that source, whatever you've sent it to, all the pots just instantly go to. So you've instantly got an eyeball of what's going on the synth. It's very, very clever. Yeah, it's very unique, but I thought it's maybe a bit of a gimmick, but no, it's not. Definitely not. I think we'll maybe see in the future more developers starting to go down that route. It is a bit of a game changer.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, and apart from that, it's been the Bree 6 still working away on that, and some other sort of commission work I've got in the background. I had a friend over from the States. If he's maybe in the chat tonight, I'm not sure, but Brian was over from California. Yeah. So that went well. That was a good sort of day and night Sunday as well. So he's away back to the States now, but it was good to see him. Nice to meet him in person as well. So I took him around some castles and things and just done the Scottish tour and then just got drunk.
Yeah. Well,
again.
There you go. A complete Scottish weekend.
Between the two of us managed to just about polish off a whole bottle of whiskey. So we've done well between the two of us. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, good to see you, mate. And,
and you.
Yeah, we'll look forward to hearing what the Delia sounds like in hopefully in the coming weeks if it doesn't have to go back completely. Right, so that is the entire panel introduced. Although we have missed out Jackson. just let him do his thing. There you go. Look at that. Gorgeous. He looks a bit soggy. He's a soggy moggy.
He's moist.
He's a bit moist. There we go.
He's urgent. He's coming.
He's off.
Coming. Where have you gone? Where have you gone now?
We'll see more of Jackson later, I'm sure. But anyway, we've got a very special guest. Now, this was completely unplanned until I'd say about, 2 or 3 hours ago, when I thought, well, we're looking rather light on the news, and there's been something very interesting released this week. And I know somebody that works there. So why not get him on? Because he's a friend of the show. He's hugely entertaining. He knows his onions. And he works for the company that's behind this particular thing. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I give you Mr. Ken Flux Pierce.
Yeah!
I am not an onion expert. I'm going to tell you that right now. That is not an expression I'm familiar with.
Are you well?
Tired.
I have to say, you do look a little bit burned out there.
It's been a very, very, very busy year.
Yes.
But no, it's great though. It's great to finally be able to talk about things and yeah. I mean, just getting to the point of launch is a arduous task, and I'm very happy that that we got there. So
yeah, good stuff. Well, I mean, obviously, we love to have you on the show as often as we can, but you have been a very busy man, as you say, because the company that you are employed by, ASM, has released a brand new instrument, which we'll have a look at in just a moment. But we want to know all about this. I was hoping that Sean might be in the chat, because I believe Sean was the recipient of one of these a little bit ahead of time and has done some amazing videos on YouTube to demonstrate it. But if you are in the chat, Sean, please do let us know, because you are our resident expert on such things. Before we get there, though, I just want to say a big quick thank you to a bunch of people. First of all, our two moderators that are in the chat. I think there are only two at the moment, which is Andy Brooks, who goes under the name of Andy Vonal in there, and Steve Elbows, who are looking after the chat for us tonight. Thank you very much indeed. They'll be posting links to things in the chat when we talk about them, but I'll also be posting up here somewhere, like just up there, little QR code. So if you have a mobile device and you want to learn more about the things we're talking about, then I will put the QR code up in the corner. You can scan that and away you go. And talking of Andy, he's given us a donation before the begging starts. I think he got that in quite early. Thank you very much indeed for that. And do I believe, was that twice you put it in there? Might want to check your bank account, because it appeared twice in my little box there. It's not often people slip fivers in my box, but I've had two of them from you, Andy, so I'm very lucky. Scott McAuley Sands has put in a rather OCD triggering £2.94. It is beginning to look a lot like Synthmus, but episode 294, I guess that's the meaning for that. So thank you very much indeed, Scott. You don't have to pay to be on the show, but we're very grateful that you do. And our good friend Matt Bostic 247, go on then, seeing as you asked so nicely, well, you're more than welcome. But thank you very much indeed for your donation. Please say hello to the lovely Sue as well, and thank you all for your donations. It's much appreciated. So thank you very much. Right. Okay. Don't forget, if you have a question for us or for Ken, specifically about the thing we're about to talk about, then don't forget to put it in the chat and prefix it with, or preface. Is it prefix or preface? I don't know. One of the others. Stick a Q in front is all we need you ask for. Or as Jason would say in his show, 4 Qs. You can sing as many Qs. The more the better, I suppose.
4 candles.
4 candles. But anyway, so we've had a new thing. Thank you, Andrew, for your donation to round things up. There we go. We've had a new thing come out, and it's an interesting thing. And I don't think anybody had this on their ASM bingo card this year. What are we talking about? We're talking about the brand new instrument from Ashen Sound Machines. I'm going to play a little snippet of the introductory video, because there wasn't like a pre-cut 30-40
I'll be sure to file a
copy.
copyright strike immediately.
Yeah, please do that. Yeah, we'll challenge it. But this is a little bit of the instrument, and it's a little bit of our friend Glenn, who is the CEO of Ashen.
Hi, I'm Glenn Darcy, CEO of Ashen Sound Machines. Today, I'm proud to present our new product, the Synth. Synth is an advanced wind synthesizer designed for maximum expression, incredible sound design, and great player ergonomics. The physical keys and controllers were all designed for live performance and quick adaptability for players of other wind instruments. The familiar keywork, octave buttons, mouthpiece, and reed sensor make transitioning from a saxophone and other wind instruments easy. You'll be up and playing quickly rather than having to learn a whole new instrument. The mouthpiece can be easily removed for proper cleaning. It even comes with a second mouthpiece as a backup, or for your friends who will probably want to try it. We have added a fully assignable XY joystick control that can be used for 4 separate modulation effects. There are 2 pressure pad controllers which can be freely assigned as controls in the voice engine, and will send MIDI controls to external gear. We also put physical volume controls on the rear panel because you shouldn't have to navigate menus to turn the volume up or down. The Synth features a synthesis engine based on our world-famous Hydrasynth synthesizer, but with the addition of a new sample playback oscillator. This new sound engine offers the incredible flexibility and great sound potential that would be expected from ASM. With over 200 waveforms in the synth oscillators and 128 different instrument samples, you will have a lifetime of sound design options.
You're muted, Robbie.
That's a good way to do it.
It's done it again. It's something to do with this new vertical thing. It's
Something
very
about a
often.
tradesman
Do you
who
often
blames his
refer to
tools.
yourself as it?
Yeah. So anyway,
Operator error.
as I was saying before, I was informed of my misdemeanor there. You can watch the rest of that video on the ASM YouTube channel, where they go into a bit more detail. There's some good demos on there. I didn't want to play some of those because I wasn't sure whether I'd get a proper copyright strike from that stuff. But if you want to go and listen to it, there's some videos there. There's also a huge playlist on SoundCloud, which you can find on the ASM website. So this is the brand new instrument. Lots of people were saying, "Oh, we're going to get a drum machine." That was one piece of speculation. We're going to get something Hydra this or Hydra that, and they come out with a wind instrument, which is not, it wasn't on anybody's scorecard for this year. So, to tell us why that is, and to tell us all things Synth, because I was saying, is it Synth? Because that kind of sounds right. Is it Synth? It is Synth. We've had that confirmed from the proverbial horse's mouth. Let's bring in Ken. So, Ken, tell us all about Synth. What is it? Why is it?
Why is it? I think is probably the question that's on a lot of people's minds. I think we were all really prepared for a lot of like head scratching and people to be like, "What?" and why is this not, some form of hydrosynth thing or something, and a keyboard product or a drum machine or something like that, like you say, because we've gotten so many requests about that kind of thing. Yeah, so Glenn is a sax player. I mean, this guy went to college for saxophone. Like, he's
There's a saxophone college.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, he went to Berkeley. So this guy is very, very proficient at sax, and designed the EWI 4000S,
Of course.
and so this was something that was kind of being batted around as an idea for a while, and we really had I mean, there's a much larger story behind everything that I won't get all the way into right now, but bottom line is like, this is something that is deeply ingrained in Glenn, who is our CEO, and we kind of saw that, like, the drum machine market is really kind of oversaturated at the moment. There's a lot of great drum machines out there. There's really, really good ones. There's really great groove boxes out there. There's really great synthesizers out there. But there isn't a lot of what DioSynth is, which is a really powerful, easy to program, fully featured wind synthesizer that has the full synthesis engine built into it. It doesn't take, a million years to understand how the layout of the synthesis is in it, and you can actually just pick this up and have world-class sounds in it. That's the other thing, is like the sample set in it was really important, because a lot of competing products are using really old sample sets and things that go back a ways, which that stuff was great at the time, but technology's moved on quite a lot since then. So the sample set that's going into this, like, all of this has been really Glenn, like, really Glenn. Like, I cannot stress that enough. Like, he super, super hands-on throughout this entire process, and just, everything from sampling, sample edits, to, the feel of the keys, to the placement of the octave buttons being just right, like, to you name it. He really kind of went through this stuff and made the wind synth that he wanted. And yeah, I mean, it's, the other side of it is that, as ASM as a brand, we don't want to necessarily be pigeonholed into, this one thing, like, oh, like, they're only going to be doing this, and that's not the case. Like, we have a lot of passions, and this is one of them. So, it's been a very long time coming, and we're happy that it's here.
Yeah, because the other thing, and you and I and Glenn were actually having a chat a while ago, and we were talking about Glenn's history in his past, and in particular, his involvement with the Akai EWIs, and he told me a really interesting fact, and it was, we were talking about those, and we were talking about e-drums as well. And he said something along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing here, that if a company, say for example Roland, dropped everything except electronic wind instruments, because they have their own versions, and e-drums, they'd still be turning a profit, because they are absolutely huge markets. So this isn't some kind of niche product, is it?
No, that's the thing, is like, I've seen a lot of people that are not a part of the wind or wind synthesizer community, like, saying, oh, this is super, super niche, and it's like, no, it's not. Like, that's like, you're showing, a lot of times when people speak on things that they aren't a part of that world, they think that world doesn't exist, and that's that's a problem on their part. So it's actually a fairly large market, and it's, again, it's important to kind of just say, like, this is a market that is slightly underserved right now in the synthesizer community. Like, there's some cool products out there, but not at this price point doing this sort of power. And it can do some really cool stuff. And I'll be the first person to tell you. Last time I played a wind instrument was I think it was elementary school. I played saxophone for like a year, and I hated it because I only picked it up because they wouldn't let me play drums and they wouldn't let me play guitar. And I was like, "What's the next sexiest instrument?" Saxophone.
There you go.
It was all about being sexy, right?
I had a friend at school who said, "I want to learn to play saxophone because it is a girl magnet." Because
yes,
and he was referring to all of those classic songs that have a real sexy sax solo in.
And of course, I went to elementary school in the '80s, so yeah.
I think he was secretly a Kenny G fan, but
well, listen, don't make any comparisons to me and Kenny G because that's not going to work out for you.
No, you're Kenny P, not Kenny G.
On so many different levels. But
no, it is a very very popular market because especially in environments like apartment living, if you're in the city, electronic wind instruments are absolutely essential because you've got a lot of neighbors and you don't want to be upsetting them. But it's a very popular thing. You've got one there. I mean, is that plugged in and connected? Can you demonstrate?
So again, I am not a wind player, but I am a synthesizer enthusiast, and that's where the two worlds kind of combine. Mm-hmm. So right now, I'm literally just kind of goofing off with our. We have a patch manager and editor application for this, right? So you get a really beautiful view of the synthesis engine right on your computer, and you can update it and create your sounds. And I'm in the process of testing and getting that ready to go, so that when people get the product in their hands, they'll have a working editor to go with it. And it's using that has been really fun because so you have two of the Hydrasynth wave scan oscillators, right? Mm-hmm. And you'll see those in the top left there in that image. So you have two wave scan oscillators, and then those black boxes that run down the sides of each oscillator there are the waveforms. So you can pick the waveforms, and then you can modulate through the waveforms, just like you can modulate wave scan on a Hydrasynth, right? But you can do that with your breath. You can do that with controls. You can do that with pressure, like all kinds of different ways of doing that. And then below that, you've got filtered noise, right? Which is, that's pretty self-explanatory. And you can have that happen at like certain breath thresholds, right? Okay. Or a certain amount of breath can bring that in, that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. Below that is where things get really cool. Is you have the sample engine here, right? And let me see if I don't. Oh, you know what? Even if I share my screen, it's probably not going to show it. But I can. I don't know if I can do it this way. No, I don't think it will, because it has a pop out, right? So which won't show when I share my screen, and I don't want to share my entire desktop. But when you click on where it says the sample, right, you get this huge drop down. Mm-hmm. And the drop down has just a ton of instruments in it, and these are all multi-sampled instruments. So for instance, if I'm going to take the level down of anything that's synthesizer related real quick. I'm literally like creating a patch right now. Like I'm just kind of goofing off in the background, like testing things. But if I do this, so this should be, if I'm correct or not, we'll find out. So that's just muted trumpet there, right? Yeah. And I can select from this drop down, and I can pull up all these different sounds, and there's lots of cool stuff in here. Like this right here is not a traditional, sampled sound you would have in a wind synth, which is that's analog synth voice, right? Mm-hmm. But then we can do things like we also have the so you have these choirs in here and string ensembles, but then you've got all these like, more traditional instruments, and like we can do. And these are just the raw samples here. Like this isn't even like me.
Not processed or anything. Yeah.
actually crafting a patch on it. This is just raw sample. So you can have that stuff going on, and then you've got three separate sets of samples that are your key off samples, your attack noise, and your breath noise, right? And that also combines with, the filtered noise that you have there in the wave scan oscillator and the growl. And the growl is kind of like ring modulation going on there.
Mm-hmm.
And but the way that you can control it, it essentially is kind of like overblowing and getting that that growl when you're playing. Really cool. And then of course you have your 5 envelopes, 5 LFOs, just like on Hydrosynth. They have all the same functionality as a Hydrosynth. So like you can BPM sync the envelopes, you can have the LFOs be step sequencers, you can do all that kind of stuff. And then you have a whole other part as well. So like you've got that and the effects and everything and the EQ. But then you have a whole other part of it. So just like on a Hydrosynth Deluxe, how you can layer 2 totally different sounds, and then you can have them either key split, velocity mapped. You can have them stacked on top of each other, all that good stuff. You can do that in this as well. So you have 2 whole synthesizer going at once, and you can do some really cool stuff with that. A lot of stuff that I've been learning from Glenn about the WinSynth community, stuff like what Brecker was doing with having like sequences running inside of the patch while he's playing. You can do all that right on the WinSynth itself, and it's you don't have to certain other, like, I'm not naming names and I'm not trying to decry anybody else, but like I've looked into like some of the applications and how synthesis is handled on some of the other products that are in the market, and they're convoluted. Like it's very difficult to create a patch, and it's just not fluid. And this is like taking a really, really nice VST, and like as basically every time you let go of your mouse click, like I use Magic Trackpad, right?
Yeah.
And basically every time you let go, it instantly sends that change to the WinSynth, right? So like it instantly updates your WinSynth, and so it's very easy to quickly create your patch and demo it and hear everything. Super fun to create stuff. I've been having a blast messing around with the samples and stuff, just because it's like that's kind of a new world for ASM, and these samples are not like the old samples that you would hear in other products that have been around since like the mid 90s or whatever. These are all brand new samples.
Ken, can I ask you a quick question? You said that when you're when you're editing, when you're editing on the track mouse, you let go and then the update goes.
Yes.
Does it not, or is it not able to track changes as you make them?
So because it's updating the engine of the WinSynth itself, like if you were to be doing that, like it's actually writing it to the product right then and there. So no, like you wouldn't want it to, like you're not going to be holding down the mouse and sweeping the filter and hearing it sweeping the filter, because there's like all kinds of other things going on in the background there. So it's more like you would set your points and then let go of it, and then you'll hear it, when you play it, that sort of thing. It also kind of like would be difficult to do that while playing anyway, because you kind of need your hands on the instrument to play it. And I kind of have some thoughts on things that we can do to kind of even improve that stuff too. So it's still, I wouldn't say early days of the app, but it's still like we're still working on it and still doing things to it and improving things.
One of the things with wind instruments, electronic wind instruments, is connectivity, and there's this kind of concept of it having to be tethered to something for audio or for MIDI or for whatever. Tell us a little bit about the connectivity that you've got on this, because it's got USB, it's got traditional MIDI as well, but it's also got Bluetooth. So what's connecting to what?
So the Bluetooth is more like you're sending Bluetooth into it, right, for audio, like when we're talking audio.
Yep.
Okay. So Bluetooth audio would be going into it. So that's like if you want to be like doing a jam or like trying something out, whatever. Like that's audio in. Otherwise, you'll get a feedback loop, which we don't want. Sure. The Bluetooth MIDI is in and out.
So it does have Bluetooth MIDI.
Let me double check that I'm correct on that. I believe I'm right. Yeah, it is in and out. I'm going nuts here. I will say, Apple's Bluetooth is not great. So if you have the Bluetooth MIDI connectors that are like DIN MIDI connectors that are Bluetooth, that stuff works great. But and I found the same problem with my Oxy. So I have like the Oxy One sequencer, which I highly recommend. I love that thing. If you try to Bluetooth MIDI that to like an iPad, it's terrible, right? And it's not Oxy's fault; it's Apple's fault, and it's kind of the same situation here. But yeah, like the CME stuff and those things works great. It's really cool. Glenn in his studio keeps his Bluetooth MIDI to, he has like an Oberheim expander, and he's always messing with that, and because that's what Brecker used too. So that stuff works great. Also, the USB on it will power it. It'll send MIDI in and out, and it'll send audio. So it does act as an audio interface. So you can have it just be one cable, just using the USB. The other thing is, so just to kind of show you this one, let me set this on my lap here without messing anything up. So like it comes with everything, right? So like this collapsible stand, which I know it's dark in here, but I don't want to turn the lights up because then people see my ugly mug and I'm a troll. But yeah, comes with this stand, right? Comes with all the cables that you would need. So it comes with I forget whether it's 9 or 12 feet long, but the USB cables and audio cables are crazy long. So right now I have this USB. This is not the USB that actually comes with it. It actually comes with a better one that is right angled, which I have. Well, I'll show you. Show you what we got going on here. So this is the case that it comes with, which is a hard case, all right? And then you open that bad boy up, and you've got room for extra batteries. The batteries it uses are these, what are they called? 18, what are they?
It's like
18650, something like that. Anyway, you can get them off of Amazon for dirt cheap. And so they're like dirt cheap rechargeable batteries, and they give you way longer life than AA's would. So that's why we went with those, and it's way better for the environment, all that good stuff. Then you got, so like the USB cable, I don't know if you can see it well. I'll put it in front of my face.
Right
angled, right? And quite long. And then it's got a USB isolator for power. So if you're getting noise and that kind of thing, you know, because that's something that like no company can kind of predict how other people's systems are going to react. I'm actually not having any problems with mine plugged in just straight, but that's not to say that it can't happen, because I mean that's why I personally have actually have a bunch of this is not Synth related, but this is just audio in general. Everybody should have a few of these in your studio. They're USB opto isolators. They help when you have USB noise. So that's just for any product in general. But it comes with the neck strap. Comes with so the audio breakout cable is nice too. Let me unplug this so you can see. So it's a single cable because the output on it is TRS stereo, and then it breaks it out left right.
That's cool.
So yeah, I mean it's literally like you buy it and you don't have to buy extra stuff, and you get an extra mouthpiece. But like you buy it and you have everything you need. Like you can take that thing out and go rock out, you know?
Yeah, that was one thing that really struck me when I saw it, is that it isn't just the instrument and then you have to buy the case, and that everything's in there, you know, say including a spare mouthpiece, which is always good because you don't want to share that around.
It's literally everything you would need is all in there. And like that was kind of part of the thing, is it's like when we look around the market, it's like either you get like a really flimsy soft case or nothing at all, and you kind of end up needing to buy like all this other stuff, and we're like, we don't want that. We want it to be like everything put together, and like you get this thing and you're ready to rock. So yeah, I mean it's really cool though. Like again, you know, I can't stress enough how, you know, I'm not really a wind player, but I was like, you know, since the project started, I was like, man, I kind of can't wait to get this thing. This is going to be interesting. And it's kind of surprisingly easy to pick up and kind of start learning how to play it. I'm by no means a virtuoso at this point, but I've been surprised at how easy it is to actually play it and to learn these things. And when I say like I was a newbie, like I mean raw newbie. Like I first got it. I'll tell you this. This is properly embarrassing. I first got it, and I quickly FaceTimed Glenn, and this is like many months ago, and I'm like, Glenn, like, it's cool, but it takes a lot of pressure to like get this thing to make sound. Like the pressure is like not right. Like we need to fix this, right? And I'm on FaceTime with him, and I'm talking to him about it. Where's it at? Oh, let me show you. So I'm talking to him about it. I'm like, dude, the pressure is so bad, blah, 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 right? Because I'm blowing on it, and I'm like this. Which it works, right? But he's like, Ken, take the mouthpiece cover off. So, yeah, like, it has a nice silicone mouthpiece cover, and it's got holes in the tip here, so, like, you will get air through there. But, and like I knew that it was coming with it, but I was like so excited. I was like, just like, oh, let me get this thing and start rocking. That's excellent. Yeah, so like, yeah.
It is. It's a really. I mean, I've always looked at the EWIs, the Akai stuff over the years, and thought I'd like to have a go. I mean, the last time I played an instrument like that was a recorder, and that was when I was about 6 or 7 years old. And then I think, my mum just got fed up of me screeching around the house. But I really would like to. There's something about breath control. I've got a few breath controls that I use with the DXs and stuff, and breath and playing a piano keyboard for me is just a little bit takes up too much brain power. But this I think I can get along with.
Imagine trying to do them both at the same time.
I know, right? Yeah. But I really like this.
I've got a question for you, Ken, and it's a bit of an elephant in the room one.
Sure.
You mentioned audio in via USB. It would strike me that a wind instrument, one of the great benefits of having a wind instrument is you don't need to connect it to anything. So did you give any thought to actually having wireless audio out? And did you give any thought?
So we did. And there's still like discussions around that, but it creates latency. And along with that, there can be some audio looping issues, like feedback loop stuff going on there. I wouldn't say that it's 100% out of the realm of possibility in the future, but I wouldn't. But it doesn't do that right now, so I'm also like not going to say, oh yeah, that's coming.
And I take it you can just simply take the audio out, put it into a radio pack, and send it off to wherever you need to, right?
Sure. Yeah. Cool. You've got 1/4-inch stereo output directly on it. So if you want to hook up a Bluetooth connector to that, you can absolutely do that. But still, like I haven't found one that really does that low latency. Like, I mean, like MIDI, I've gotten really low latency with that, but like. I don't know. I just haven't. Like, I actually keep a Bluetooth audio connector, sender and receiver in my modular, like just plugged right in like that, and which is fine because it's like usually with that I'm not sending it audio that needs to be so perfectly tempo synced or anything. I'm usually sending it weird YouTube clips or something that I'm then sampling in my ER 301 or doing something weird with. But yeah. So that's kind of why.
We've got some questions from the audience here. This from our friend Ollie. Can the pressure affect the octave? I find the octave buttons really off-putting. Being able to control at least a couple of octaves with breath would be super useful.
You can kind of map just about anything to anything inside of there. Like the modulation matrix is just like how it is in HydroSynth. You kind of have access to all of that stuff. Plus, you've got freely assignable buttons. That being said, the octave buttons are really, let's see if you guys can see it. I know it's dark and we need to come out with a bright orange version of this.
Yeah.
So there we go. We got some light here. So one thing that was, done by Glenn is he liked the buttons. He had done the rollers before on the Iwi, but
Yeah.
he liked the button on this, and the shape and direction that they're angled at is kind of a lot more intuitive and ergonomic than some of the other ones. So it's actually pretty easy to use the octaves to go up and down. There's a YouTuber by the name of Foolish Frankie, and he did a recent video that I saw last night, and it's him basically comparing a bunch of them, and he just got a Diosynth like the other day, and so it's not like a YouTube advertisement thing where it's like all about Diosynth or anything, but it's just kind of more him talking about like the differences between the different ones that are on the market, and then him showing Diosynth as well, kind of towards the end. And he talks about the octave buttons and how that stuff functions, but then he also plays top to bottom octave, and you can hear how fluidly he does it. I cannot do that. Like, again, I'm not a wind player like that, but he played those octaves smoother than I can go up and down the key bed. Like, I was really impressed. But so that is something that was heavily stressed upon during development, was to make the octaving more intuitive, and the mapping stuff is really cool.
Yeah. So, I'm not entirely 100% sure. I understand the question because I'm not in the world, but Yana Seto wants to know, does it have polyphonic after embouchure?
I think that's what we refer to in the industry as a joke.
As a joke, yeah. It's kind of like, as I said it, I thought, that's probably not a serious question, but good one.
First rule of synthesizer community: don't get the jokes in the synthesizer community.
Exactly, yeah. There are some other amusing comments in here. Jamie, hi Jamie. I'd just be trying to play Pacific State by 808 State, absolutely.
A lot of people want to play Dio songs, and I think that's absolutely possible.
Absolutely.
So you can absolutely get some great distortions and stuff going on it, and why not? You can rock out.
Manny says, great to see ASM didn't blow off the wind synth community and made something cool for them. He's here all week.
It's really funny seeing the reactions in general, just because like I was fully prepared for like just a ton of hate and all that kind of stuff of like, oh, this, we wanted, more of XYZ and not this, and because it does speak to a different community, or at least a different, the communities overlap quite a bit, but it's like, if you're just a keys player, it might not speak to you as much, and that's fair, and that's fine. Like, it does, not every product has to speak to every person, but a lot of the wind players, do also play keys, because let's be honest, keys are, it's pretty easy. It's pushing buttons. They're right in front of you. You know what I mean?
The thing is, lots of people in our community play monosynths as well as poly, right? and we do that. And we're constantly on about how to get synths to work at their best, it's about the articulation, it's about the aftertouch and everything else. This seems to be the perfect blend of both of those worlds. So you've got a monophonic instrument that allows you, that has all that articulation. I'm with Robbie on this, and possibly with some of the others here, in that this is something that really tempts me. It's something.
And you've got the DIN MIDI out on here as well. So it does have DIN MIDI. I got to get that angle right because it's so dark. But yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, you've got DIN MIDI right there. Mm-hmm. If you like to blow spit at people, you can do that. That's cool.
Always like to do that.
You read my mind.
But yeah, it's, and of course, the other thing is, I like people to notice that we do have a new logo.
Yes,
so we updated our logo, and I'm really actually. I know it's like a little thing that doesn't necessarily affect the community that much, but like. Mm-hmm.
It's very clever.
The logo thing was really actually kind of a big deal, and we've been wanting to do it for a while. We actually had a guy contact us, and he had done some mock-ups of like, hey, like if you are interested, and he did some different designs for us, and it was kind of like the go-getter attitude about it, and like, and the designs were good. So we ended up not using those designs, but kind of worked on some other stuff. And yeah, I'm actually really happy about how that looks. I feel like it just looks good. So
Yeah, it's a smart logo. I did put a little thing up on the screen there. We mentioned Sean. He goes under the name of the breathalyzer. He is that classic blend of synth enthusiast and wind instrument enthusiast. And he was fortunate to get a version of this before it went on sale. He's done some great videos, so go and check out his channel. There's loads of stuff on there where he goes into quite a bit of detail about how he uses it and what it does. So please do check that out. What else have we got? There's a lot of people asking the same question. And I'll just throw Kosh's up as an example of all the people that have asked it. Are we going to see a similar editor for the Hydrasynth? Which I think is a very valid question because that looks a really cool editor.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
Ken's
I don't,
brain's going. Can I talk about this? Can I talk about
No,
this?
it's not. It's not even that. It's literally I don't know. It's not something that we're working on currently.
Okay.
But again, we also don't really talk about stuff that like happens in the future because it's like,
Sure.
well, there's a lot of things that we've done that we've worked on that did not see the light of day. And it's like, if we had talked about that stuff, we'd be in trouble, right?
Yeah.
So it's like we kind of. Some companies like to talk about synthesizers that don't exist for multiple years in advance. We don't like doing that because it's like they may not exist, or whatever. So we're kind of more on the side of like, let's just not talk about it. Let's be about it,
Yeah. So yeah. In short, the answer is no, and that's that. Where
I
are
will
we?
say, I'll go ahead and say in advance, I'll answer this question because I know a lot of people wonder about it is, does this mean that Hydrasynth is getting samples? And the answer is no. So while it shares a lot of fundamentals like the wave scan oscillators and the envelopes and that sort of stuff with the Hydrasynth engine, the architecture is different and how it's utilized is different. So it does have the same chip in it as the A5 chip that we use, our own proprietary chip for Hydrasynth. But keep in mind, this is basically monophonic, right? It's doing two parts, one note, and then of course you can sequence things in there and you can kind of create chord clusters and stuff as you play. But all of the processing is going towards, basically one set of, one voicing, as opposed to, Hydrasynth where you have 8. So it's the memory allocation, all that kind of stuff is totally different.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a fair point. You mentioned something there about being monophonic stuff. Chris would like to know with the dual layer function, you can have a drone and then play on top of that. Is that how it works?
Absolutely, yeah. And you can do some really cool stuff. So like inside of one part, you can be doing that, right? But then to go further, you have the 2 parts, and you can have part 2 could be running an entire sequence, right? And you can have that kind of being triggered off of what you're doing in, with your breath and everything. So the way you can layer things and stack sounds and all that. And plus you've got multiple oscillators, so which you can tune independently. That also creates the ability to have chords and whatnot. So you can do things like, just as an example, you could have your wave scan oscillators down, be playing a saxophone, but have the breath level introducing each oscillator, right? And you can do that at different stages, like different thresholds of your breath, right? So you can really layer, and that's all in one part, right? So, and then you can do that even differently on the next part. So the capability of the synthesis inside of there is really deep. It's wild to me. Like when I start digging into, let me see if I can show you this. I'll see if I can't. Do I have ability to screen share? I think I do. Let me see.
You should do, and then I should be able to bring it.
This won't be a pop out, so I can actually show this. So, should be able to show this. Okay, you can see this.
It's coming up on screen. Let me just do this.
Okay.
Right, there it is.
Yeah, so if you look at this, this is our actual, like, this is the setup of it, right? So these are all, like, the onboard functionality of your settings that you can change around and manipulate things inside of here. So essentially you can change how the bite reacts, right? You can go into all kinds of different modes inside of here and change things around and kind of make it work how you want. You can have your joystick be persistent across all of your patches, or you can have it be modulated per patch, meaning like you use the modulation matrix to set that destination. You've got your pressure pads in here. So if you look here, like these right here are pressure pads, right?
Yeah.
Pressure sensitive. And then this is a joystick, and your thumb rests right across this. So, and of course you have a neck strap connected right here. So when you're holding it, you can easily, if I push this up or down, I can use this for like pitch bending, and then press in here and get growl. And then maybe press here and like have an envelope opening up for the filter or something, doing different things like that. And you can assign that however you want. Additionally, I could have up here, I could have my bite introducing the growl. Another thing that's different on this from a lot of the other wind synths is I noticed this just from looking at competition and whatnot. Most of them that have a speaker don't have dedicated controls for their speaker. You have to menu dive to be able to adjust the loudness of the speaker, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got dedicated controls for that stuff here. These buttons here are assignable. The way I tend to use these so far is I make these patches. So like you can go forward, backwards on patches, and then set like a favorite patch or something to one of them, and just jump to it like that, which is really cool. And here you can see you can make them latch or momentary. If I go into the functionality, here's your functionalities of those buttons.
Yeah.
Right. So you can engage. So you can have a favorite patch here, previous favorite, or just your regular patches, patch, and glide. Right. So lots and lots of tweakability for whatever you want to do inside of here. You've got all your output levels.
Did I read something that it's got an accelerometer in it so that you can move it and wow.
So that's cool. It's a gyro in there, so it will detect your up and down positional angle of the synthesizer, so you can use that as a modulation. And that's something that I feel like that's something that I'm not using as much. I'll be honest with you. I'm more using I'm still coming to grips with how much expression you get out of breath alone. I mean that to me is wild, and I really like the joystick. I'm finding the joystick is just surprisingly intuitive, and the first push button, like as someone who's not a good wind synth player, those are the controls that I find super intuitive and easy to play right out of the gate. So yeah, we've got gyro, we've got all that good stuff in there.
Nice.
Bite sensing is pretty neat. So if you go back to this screen real quick, if you share my screen, I'm going to see if this will show. It probably won't, but yeah, see, it's not showing the pop out. But we've got so many different instruments inside of this thing. It's kind of crazy.
I mean, it's like 768 or something.
Something like that. I forget the exact number off top of the head right now.
Six times 128, I think there is something like that. Yeah,
so there's I think it ships with 384 patches, and then you have another 384 patches that you can add to it, and of course you can overwrite any patch, just like on Hydrosynth. Like we don't lock you out of being able to say I don't want to use these.
You can store up to 768. It's an incredible thing. One last question, actually. There's this one here which I can answer because I've just looked at the spec. The editor does not run on Linux; it's Mac PC.
No,
only.
we don't support Linux at the moment, and I know that there's some people asking for Linux. I'll say this: I use a little bit of Linux, primarily for video gaming because I'm a nerd. But I get it. I get that there's people that want that. Most of the things that I've seen work fine in Wine. So you though we don't officially support our patch managers and stuff working on Linux. So far, everything that I've seen, they work with Wine. It's just not an official supported thing. I think if we were to actually officially support Linux, we'd really have to see the demand for it, and we haven't seen that much demand for it. So just to be honest, and this is coming from a guy who like I goof off with Raspberry Pis and Steam Deck and all that kind of stuff. And I'm excited for the new Steam machine, but it is what it is.
A couple of questions from two different mics. First of all, Mike Hunter, MIDI 2 support?
Not at this time. Not at this time. I don't know if that's a thing in the future or not. I don't know. I mean, I guess for controller resolution, maybe it would be useful, but I don't know. That's not something that we've really explored on this. So
fair enough. The other mic is a good friend of ours, of course. This is Dr. Mike McAuley. Does it have a Mellotron Mark II flute in it? Is there a Mellotron sample in there?
No Mellotron samples. However, I will say it would be very easy to create that sound inside of it. Like, it would be extremely easy. And for the record, you kept saying, nobody had this on their bingo card and nobody expected it. Except I kept telling you guys every show. I said, we're working on an electric kazoo. And you guys always thought I was joking.
He did.
Let me tell you, you can make a beautiful kazoo sound in this thing.
Which is a wind-wind situation.
Hey.
I can't tell you how many times I've been in the chat this show and I said that we were working on an electric kazoo.
That's true. This is very, very true. Okay, well, listen, it's a great thing, and I think
You actually have done.
I
I'm
think
excited to see this in the hands of someone who can play it. And
Yeah, check out that Matt Morant's video too, and Breathalyzer's videos. And Breathalyzer is another guy that he's a KnobCon alum, and KnobCon is actually where we debuted Hydrosynth. And so it was great to be able to get one in his hands as well to see what he can do with it.
Yeah, cool stuff. Well, it's a great thing, and it couldn't come from a man and a company who are so well associated with that, and it's just great to see it out there. And I think you've yet again ASM have kind of redefined what these instruments should be doing and are capable of, and it's just really, really good to see. So congrats to you all. I know it's been a lot of hard work. Do you want to stick around for the rest of the show? I know you're very busy, Ken. You're more than welcome to stay.
For the topics, I'll have myself on mute, and I'm kind of working in the background here.
Sure.
And,
well, chip in when you want to, and if I don't see you, just wave your hand in the air like you just don't care, or wave your Diosynth in the air like you just don't care,
or your dog,
or the dog. Yeah. I honestly, to be honest, I'm seriously thinking about investing in one of these. As maybe a
it's
Christmas
really
present
fun. I will say it is. It's very fun. So I want to answer Tanith's question real quick about snakes. So I want to be very clear. Fanny and Glenn, right? Fanny is the owner of the company and Glenn is CEO. They are not at all snake fans. I myself.
Are you referring to the video? Yeah.
Yeah. So let me also just say. Not really a huge snake fan, though I have 8 of them in my house because my family members, my wife, my daughter, and my son. God.
You must be a bit rattled.
Save me is basically what I'm saying. They have these snakes, and she will randomly surprise me by putting a snake on my shoulder while I'm working and scare the hell out of me.
No, that just wouldn't.
I will
would
say
not
when
go over well.
So if you get a chance, go watch the Diosynth Extraordinary video that we did with Joe Barry. Joe Barry is from the band M83, and he plays a sax live on stage and plays wind synths, and so we actually worked very closely with him on the Diosynth, and he actually did a bunch of the samples, the multi samples. He was in those recording sessions.
Nice.
And so he's the guy that you see in that video.
M83 now, they're the Hydrosynth Endorsee Supreme, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Because they
and I'll be very clear about that as well. They are not at all paid to be Hydrosynth endorsees.
No.
Or we don't pay any artists at all. That's it was 100% they liked the product and they went on tour with it.
Yeah.
I did help them with. They had some MIDI issues before the tour, and I helped them on that, and that's about the extent of that. But yeah, no, like M83 has been great. Like Kayla, Joe, Anthony, they are really cool people and super chill. So the fact that you know, we saw M83 using them, and they invited me to come to one of their shows when they were in Philly, and I got to meet them backstage and everything. It was great. But I saw like, yeah, he's going to town on the sax live on stage, and I was like, ooh, like this makes sense. And sure enough, yeah, it worked out great. But point being is while we were out there in Joshua Tree Desert filming that, I was scared as hell I was going to get bit by a rattlesnake.
Brilliant. I know,
so are we obsessed with snakes? No, we're not. Tell my wife to stop.
I know Scott was slightly disappointed this evening because I said we've got a special guest, and you said, is it Kayla? And I said, sorry, no, it's
Kayla's awesome, man. Yeah, like, yeah, very, very cool, man. Like,
very cool. Our own music's good as well, Ken. Yeah, it's not just our M83 stuff. Our own tracks are very, very good as well.
Yeah, so Kayla just dropped a really cool album over the summer, and Joe dropped like an ambient album not that long ago too. Like he does a lot of really cool ambient music too.
Yeah, very good, very good. Good musicians.
Big thank you to Sean. Shout out to all the great sound designers on this, including some prominent wind synth players and Glenn himself. Really great stuff. Thank you for your donation. It is much appreciated. Also got to give a shout out to Steve, aka Homegrown. Sorry to miss the stream. He's out. Congrats to all at ASM on a great new product. So thank you both for your comments and of course for your donations.
This kind of made sense to me.
Sorry?
This kind of made sense to me when it was announced.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, can you imagine? All right. Speculation here, Ken. But, you know, Hydrosynth's out and everything like that. You're waiting for the dust to settle. And you've got that conference video call going, what the hell are we going to do next? You know, and the Hydro was, you know...
You mean that we got to do more work?
Oh, yeah, boy. Get off your ass. Right?
Man, let me tell you about how much I want a vacation.
But let's face it, I mean, a wind controller, this makes perfect sense. It's one of those things...
Not just a wind controller.
If not, it's probably one of the only instruments where you can walk while playing it. You can use the toilet while you're playing it. It's brilliant for communicating with fish. You can stick it in the water and go, piss off fish, like that through it, right? All that sort of stuff, right? Now, can I make one design suggestion?
I try to catch fish. I don't want to have them piss off. Like
really? He goes,
fish need to get
come over here, lovely fishy, into this little net and you'll be safe. How about it?
The Pied Piper of the fish tank.
One design change I suggest. The cap that goes on the mouthpiece, make it orange. And write on it, remove first idiot.
Yeah. That's actually that's not a bad idea. I was thinking really what I was going to do is so there's holes in the end of it, and I was thinking about sticking like thumbtacks up into it so that I've always at NobCon there was a thing many years ago that Mickey Delp and Aaron Parr were talking about was doing and I think Logan was involved. We were talking about doing like a most useless module competition, and I always wanted to have a module where like when you go to turn the knob, it shocked you, and if you pressed a button on it, like a needle was inside the button, so like you press it and it would.
Yeah.
So I'm all about just injuring players.
Yeah, that's a bit evil, that. But yeah, listen, congratulations on this. This is a great addition to
I think it's brilliant.
The range, and fantastic stuff. Yeah, looking forward to actually trying one out. So we honestly we were struggling a few hours ago when it came to news, and so I managed to scrape the barrel, and we've got a few other things to talk about. One thing I thought we'd already talked about this, but I've been told vociferously by members of this panel that we didn't talk about it. So we're going to talk about it now, and if we're repeating ourselves, I apologise. I did go through the shows and I couldn't find anything. So let's talk about this. This is brand new from Spitfire Audio. So this is Spitfire Audio's Spitfire Symphony Orchestra Discover Edition. So you might remember that so it's quite a few years ago now, isn't it? They released the BBC Symphony Orchestra, and they did 3 versions. There was the Pro version, there was the Core version, which was slightly cut down, and then there was the Discover version, which was completely free of charge, and you could get that and then buy into an upgrade through the ranks. Now they've done this with the Spitfire Symphony Orchestra, which was recorded at Air Lyndhurst. The main program itself is already out there. It's about $499 for that library, but the Discover library gives you 44 instruments with 1 or 2 articulations or techniques per instrument, but it does cover the entire orchestra. And it's completely free of charge. And they're offering free tuition, free courses in composing and scoring with said instrument. I think this is a really cool idea, because it gets a top quality orchestra, albeit cut down, but it gets that into the hands of a lot of people for no money whatsoever. And particularly, I'm thinking young people wanting to just try this stuff out. There's no commitment. You just sign up, you have a Spitfire Audio account, and you just register it. It uses Contact Free Player, so you don't have to pay for anything there. I was a little disappointed it didn't use their own instrument player, because I think that's a really good one. But it uses Contact, and it uses the free player, so there's no extra cost there. And like I said, you get 1 or 2 articulations. The other thing I didn't like about it, I'm getting this in there straight away, was when you call up, say, the violins, you've got all the articulations shown on screen, and like 1 or 2 of them are the ones that are available to you. All the others have a single demo note, and it kind of makes you look at it and think, oh, I've got that, and you click on it, and then the keyboard shrinks to just 1 highlighted note. So it's basically saying you can play 1 note, look at what you could have won, but you only get a couple of articulations, which I guess is fair enough. I just think this is a really, really cool thing for Spitfire to be doing, and of course to offer the education element in that as well. Thoughts on this? Let's go to our resident orchestral library expert. He owns pretty much all of them. So let's bring in Mr. Spong. Do you have? I'm assuming you have the original anyway, don't you?
I have the
main one.
original, yes.
But
yeah, this
do you
is
see
what
the benefit of this.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, because it's 2-tier, isn't it? It allows people to get into this, type of thing, but it is kind of like it's like child catcher marketing. Who wants a lovely lollipop, right? And you go, oh, it's free, and all the rest of it. You leap in and go, oh wow, and then you hear almost like a slap in the face what you can't have.
Yes.
As well. He's going, yes, you listen to this, and you go, oh, that's lovely, I love that sound. You go, yes, but it would cost you money. You must upgrade. That kind of thing. So it's a bit of both, isn't it? It's cynical marketing, but it's also an opportunity for people to get in and try out what it's like to mess around with these type of libraries. So it's swing and roundabout in a package. Yeah,
I guess by having the elements that you don't get there with a single note demonstration of each, there is a benefit from an educational perspective, because there's a lot of Italian going on in these things, and you might not know what all of these terms mean and what the difference is between that note and that note. And so you at least you get a demonstration of that in there. But like you say, it is a little bit here's the bait.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, obviously they've thought about this, but I mean, another way of doing this would have been to give you all of the articulations, but reduce the range on the keyboard. So you can actually get to, at least in a little bit, play just tiny bits. But of course, I think what they're thinking there is, well, if somebody was clever enough, they could figure out a way of just keeping it small, multi-tracking, and get the full experience of not having to buy the big one, although it would be a lot of extra work. But yeah, I mean, they could have just said, nah, that's how much it costs, mate. Off you go, and you've got to leap in and take the chance and see if you can get on with it or not. Yeah. So in a way, it's a good idea. It'd be ideal for schools as well.
Yes, exactly.
Anyone
who's learning.
Yeah, absolutely. But if it is primarily aimed at schools, I don't think it needed the teaser in it. Do you know what I mean? So, because they're trying to say, oh no, this is the pizzicato for this particular instrument. They're playing, and people go, oh right, so we know what it sounds like. And go, yeah, but we can't do anything about it. Sorry. Moving on. Yes. So it's more about that thing is more of a personal marketing aspect of it. So but like I say, bottom line is it doesn't cost anything. I mean, go for it.
This is the other thing, is that you get a mini course from Think Space Education, of course, Guy Mitchellmore, who is very well known in this field.
Very, very good teacher, that guy.
Very, very good. I mean, I did a course, one of Guy's courses, scoring for music and games. For films and games.
Yeah.
Scoring for music.
Massively engaging. Massively.
Yes, and it was really, really good. And I really enjoyed it.
Scoring music.
Scoring music, yes. But yeah, you get this introduction to writing for orchestra as part. You can just sign in and get that for nothing. The instruments that are included, as you can see on here, I think this does constitute pretty much an entire symphony orchestra, give or take one or two things. But there's plenty of solo instruments. There's some group instruments in there. There's lots of percussion. There's an ensemble in there as well, but you do get a lot for your money. But it is it is quite a bit cut down, as you can see here. There's less than half the instruments, a lot less techniques, a lot less mic positionings, and legatos and solos and full key ranges, etc., etc. And of course, it's only 5.68 gigabytes compared to the nearly 400 gig of the full thing. So it is quite a bit cut down, but it does get you into that realm and start
basically
being
all
able
of
to
the
start
tools that make it sound realistic in a full orchestra setup.
Yeah.
But I think for a lot of people that are not that detailed in how they program and how they play and whatnot, this gets you really far along with that sound. Like
absolutely, yeah.
It certainly gets you in the ballpark. Our resident educator, Jason Jervis. From an educational perspective, do you see the value of this?
Oh, am I? Oh, right. Yeah, because I mean, obviously, in a classroom, you've got scoring tools. So yeah, but I think Kant's right. I mean, it's crippled, isn't it? This phenomenal. Yeah. So I think, in a classroom's perspective, you'd want everything else, because that's where its beauty is. But we, not maybe it's sort of like a higher up education is sort of more sort of a sort of degree level. I think would be where you would get the best out of that. But I mean, anything's got to be better than the built-in sounds on Sibelius, right?
Well, quite.
So maybe that's
exactly
a starting point.
Yeah, indeed. What do you reckon, Scott?
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's like Kent says, it's more of an introductory thing for people. It's probably I'll give it a try and see how it sounds. I'll download that free one and see how it sounds. I'm sort of chock-a-block with libraries as it is at the moment, much the same as Kent. So it's not something that I'd probably ideally go out and buy now. It's not something that I would be looking to buy at the moment anyway. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Anything, and especially educational-wise, anything that's going to get young ones into music's great.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, it's free, so you've got nothing to lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing to lose. Talking of things that have got anything left to lose, Andrew, what do you think?
So kind. I downloaded this and had a look, and whilst I recognise that there are limitations in it, there was a time not so long ago when everything that's in this that's now free, we would have died for to have.
True.
on any of the instruments that we have already. You could do a full score with this. I mean, you won't be able to do all of the articulations, but that doesn't matter. There is enough here to make it worth having. And there are other freebie instruments they do as well. They're, the same with, if you download Contact, the free version, you can get free versions of other things from them as well.
Yeah.
So I think, look, yeah, you may think, well, maybe I need to upgrade to get the best sound. But I've, like Kent and Scott, I've got a lot of libraries now. I'm getting more and more as I go on. But there may be some of this stuff. I still like to get the full orchestral, BBC orchestral library from Spitfire as well. But this is a good library. It's a good sound, and you can do a lot with it. Don't be fooled, and it's free.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't go wrong there, really. So if you're looking to invest, it is spitfireaudio.com. It's called the Discover Spitfire Symphony Orchestra, and all the information you need is there. You just need to sign up, if you haven't already, for a Spitfire Audio account, and then you can download it. And then I must say, the one thing that had me, because I didn't read the email properly, so this is a lesson to you all. You download it, and rather than fire up Contact and just go look for the library, if you do that, it will not look right at all. You have to you get emailed a code that you then have to put into native access, and that kind of authorizes it and does all the fancy stuff, and then from that moment on, it's all good. So just don't do what I did and read the email properly, as you ought to do. Right, and we mentioned this company earlier, and they used to be a perennial favourite here on ProSynth Network, and so we're going to mention them again because they've got something new coming. This is CME, the people behind the very popular in this studio, anyway, WIDI protocols, and they've got a brand new product that they are launching. It's going to be coming out in February. You can start the pre-order in January. This is the H12 MIDI Pro Premium USB Host MIDI Hub, your portable MIDI brain. This is quite a feat of engineering. So what you've got here is you've got on the back you've got 6 MIDI ins and MIDI outs through 3.5mm TRS jacks. Then above those you've also got 6 USB MIDI connections, all USB-C. Those USB connections give you 16 in and 16 out host ports, plus 8 in, 8 out client ports, as well as the 6 in, 6 out TRS MIDI ports. Near zero latency performance, high-speed octo coupler, and then everything is managed through a piece of software, but you don't need to have the computer connected to use this. And this is the brilliant thing, and I can see this going down really, really well with lots of people, particularly live jammers and performers where they just want a MIDI configuration, but they don't want to be tethered to a computer. Using the software, you can configure your H12 MIDI Pro in any way that you want. So you can route any connection to any other connection, use MIDI filtering and all of that lovely stuff. MIDI mapping, 6 presets that you can store. And each preset will store a complete configuration. So you can then program your unit, unplug it from the computer, and then just select which scene 1 through 6 that you want to use with this device. It's just an incredibly powerful system. By the way, the editor, we spoke about this earlier with Ken about the editor for the DioSynth. This one is compatible with Windows, Mac, Android, iOS, and Linux. So there's just loads of stuff going on here, and it covers everyone. So if you're an iOS music maker, or a Linux music maker, or a Windows, Mac, or Android, whatever, this will work with you. And if you plug in one of their WIDI hosts, whether it's the U host, the Jack, or the other one that they do, you can get WIDI connectivity in this as well. How much is it, I hear you ask? Well, if you get in now, or get in through, should I say, get in through the pre-sale period, which starts in January, you can have it for $139 US. After that, it's going to be $199 US, and that's just the MSRP. So that could be a little less in retailers. Now, the good news is that CME are sending one over here, and it's currently en route from the Far East. So hopefully we'll be here in time. Well, it'll be in time for next week's show, but we won't be covering it in next week's show, I don't think, because we've got some very special guests coming in next week. So we will be able to give this a go and learn a little bit more about it. But from a MIDI connectivity, I mean, we've all got loads of instruments in here, and maybe some of us go out and some of us don't. Jason, I mean, could you see yourself making use of something like this when you're out and about doing, live jams and all that kind of stuff?
Well, my whole studio's held together by one, is it 8-port through box? Because, of course, I don't have anything plugged into the computer. It's all free range. So I need to be able to send a MIDI clock and then to have that spider everywhere. So being able to have something that's a bit more sort of programmable and can be programmed via a wireless device through, like Android or iOS. I mean, that's suddenly it's like, oh, that's the next level for me. So yeah, totally interested in this. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's
exciting. Looks
exciting.
really, really good.
It's one of those
Andrew.
things that I think you kind of take for granted, but
yeah, indeed.
I've got a room full of smaller devices that I really want to connect up. This just strikes me as being a really good option. I wish they'd done 5-pin DIN as well, but it's a good thing. I like it. I can, it's a much easier than connecting up the MIDI port or any of the other things I have, which are great big things. I think this looks really good, and it might actually finally encourage me to get one of the wireless MIDIs as well. And £139 or dollars or whatever. It's a good price. It's a really good price.
Probably about 109 quid or something, I think, probably by the time conversions are done. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned the full-size MIDI. Obviously, trying to get that into a box is always going to make it rather large, so they've gone for this. I don't know whether they'll supply the TRS to 5-pin converters, but they're not terribly expensive these days.
I think the thing is as well, if you're using the TRS stuff and you've got TRS the other side of the box, you just use a stereo cable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
For me,
yeah.
Again,
and
another
actually,
moment.
Yeah, most of these are that. Yeah.
I'm just bedazzled, shall I say, about this 16 in, 16 out virtual USB MIDI host ports, because they'll just show up in the software, and you can just route. It's bonkers. It's very powerful stuff.
Yeah, really good stuff.
Scott, do you currently use a MIDI hub in your studio?
I have a few. I've got 3 Motu MIDI Express 128s, but then I've also got them feeding into Kenton through boxes, mergers. I've still got, believe it or not, 35, 40-year-old Philip Reese. Yeah, still, I think it's the V10, and I've got a through box somewhere as well, which I don't use, but the merger I do. No, sorry, it's the through box I use, but not the merger. So this kind of thing, I think it's going to go hot off the shelves. Kind of the same as Andrew. It would have been nice to see a version, even if it was a slightly more expensive version, as options for others, with the 5-pin DIN on it. But yeah, it's a fantastic bit of kit.
I think with the 5-pin DIN as well.
Yes,
I would have said.
Or you mean not just a separate box?
No, I mean, actually, Robbie was right in saying that you can buy the 3.5 to 5-pin, cables for very little. So I'm not even sure I'm making a point that matters that much.
Yeah.
I've got a
Oh, you've got them. See, everything I've got is So is that a ticket? That's just females on the end of that, then, is it? That you put the males into.
Yeah. So you just got your three cameras there, isn't it? 3.5 mil there, and then your
female there. Okay.
It is.
Oh well, no, it's not really a big deal then, is it at all? So.
No. I mean, as long as you buy, I guess there's 2 different formats for them, though. So
the A and B.
It's got to be the right. A and B. So you got to be making sure that your Gertbows is just made the same
But
What's the
but the
difference?
Just the
polarity.
wiring.
Yeah, something to do with polarity. But the ports on this unit are A and B selectable.
Ah,
Oh, there you go.
okay.
So it
Sorted
doesn't matter.
then. Yeah.
No-brainer.
They've thought of everything as they usually do, CME,
Well,
yeah.
they did that on the Widdy jacks, which are the little square boxes that you can stick on. They use 3.5 mil, or actually they use 2.5 mil, but it's the same configuration. And those little units still had an A and B selector on the side. So, they've thought of everything, which is very cool.
Love it. Love it.
Mr. Pierce, you've got an incredible studio there, which I dread to think how you connect any of that stuff up. But would something like this aid you?
Wait, you're supposed to connect this stuff?
He's speaking my language.
Yeah.
I have two different main ones that I've found to use that I actually like. So my studio is actually set up in separated like kiosks almost, right? So like my left side is like my old school sampler setup that I like to kind of keep back to the basics of what got me into this stuff, because I found that if I use too much gear, it's too much gear. And then the setup that I'm facing, right, that is like my DAW setup and everything. That I use a Mio XL from iConnectivity, and that thing is really nice, like really nice. I love it. Then the modular wall, both the modular wall and synths and everything that are on this wall here, they all kind of connect in a kind of goofy way to patch bays and stuff, but also to the Mio XL and the MRCC. So I use an MRCC back there, and the MRCC is primarily used for just the modular and Groovebox setup that I have over there. And so that connects to like the Oxy 1 MK2 split and a few other devices on there, the steam pipe up there and some other stuff. So I use that stuff off to the side. And yeah, Glenn's in the chat now, and I was just see Glenn's talking about kazoo. I told you. But yeah, like this, I'll say this: I do have other like standalone boxes that are USB hosts, host devices that you can just kind of plug MIDI into, and none of them actually work well. So if this works great, that's awesome. Like I'm down for it, because they all have like some sort of compatibility or latency or some, like all the ones that I have, like, and granted they're all fairly cheap, but like they all just have one thing or another thing about them that doesn't work great or that I don't like. So yeah, I think the price point of this is actually really nice, and it looks like a really good thing to have. It's kind of one of those things that, in my opinion, it's like you should throw into a drawer in your studio, whether you need it right now or not, because eventually you'll need it, like that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so register now for the pre-sale, and then when the pre-sale starts, you get it for $139. Kent, you use the iConnectivity as well, don't you?
I've got
the Mio XL.
Yeah, Mio, and I've also got a through hub that, and the only reason I bought it is because it looks like an iMac, and it sits on top of the iMac, and it looks like a Mac Mini.
Oh, right,
and it has a light in it. It's always good, isn't it?
Nice.
Other than that, there's not a lot of MIDI going on, to be honest. But the reason I would want to buy this is because of the software configuration.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very
on
much
screen.
a lazy ass. If I can do things without having to get up, I'm all for it.
Absolutely.
So that speaks hugely to me, and I think that is a Christmas present, I think. That I'm going to buy Fiona and accidentally label it wrong, you know?
What do I want that for?
Oh, Fiona. Oh, no, that's for me. Sorry, darling.
Yeah.
So
I've always wanted it.
Yeah, because funny enough, the Mio it's okay, but I like to bring MIDI into the bedroom when I can. So this thing's portable, right? So I can have me Rolly and all the rest and get on with it, you know, and just sit in the bed and play at 3 o'clock in the morning, because the longest I can sleep is 3 hours and I wake up.
Yeah.
and I need something to do for an hour, and then fall asleep again.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, there isn't much to do at 3 o'clock in the morning other than Audible.
Yes, true.
Which
True.
isn't what you thought I was going to say, but there you
No,
go.
it wasn't. No, and I'm glad. I'm glad.
Depends on which Audible.
Indeed.
Wrong
yes.
show. Wrong show.
So yeah, there we go. That's the CME H12 MIDI Pro. Fair rolls off the tongue, that one.
Yeah,
but
one
if
of
you go
them.
to cme-pro.com, you'll be able to find the registration page there. Go and register now for the pre-sale. No commitment at this point. But when the pre-sale happens, you'll get it for $139 as opposed to $199.
It's a good price.
It's great,
It
and
really
we've got
was.
one coming here. So it was. Let's see what FedEx where FedEx is telling me it is now, because I think it left China. It was on the way from somewhere, and then where are we?
Kazakhstan. I'm going to hazard a guess. It's
Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
It says on the way, Shangzhou. It's left. It's now in Shanghai. But they reckon it's going to be here on Monday. So looking forward to giving that a go and messing around with it. And we'll give some in-depth coverage as and when. I need to say one thing, and I need to apologise profusely. I know he's gone now because he's working, because he's doing orthodontistry or whatever that thing that he does, poking painful things into people's mouths for a lot of money.
We've all had
But-
that recently.
Yeah, I
a hooker.
might have accidentally caused a lot of people concern about the possible demise of our very own Manny Fernandez, because I put a post up on Facebook the other day because the music world lost a great bass player the other day. Manny from Stone Roses sadly passed away, which was a tragic loss, and he was a great character and a great bass player. And I just put up on my Facebook, oh no, not Manny, R.I.P. legend, or something like that. And I start my phone started going ping, 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 and is Manny okay? What was? I haven't heard anything. I said, no, not that Manny, another Manny, spelt differently and all that. But so I apologise if I wrote Manny Fernandez off. It wasn't
Still with us.
intentional. He is very much still with us. He was in the chat. He's definitely
us.
still with us. Still drilling holes in people's teeth and still making great sounds for synthesizers. So
I
hands
think
up, I
I'm still
apologise.
bruised from my work.
Yeah, it does.
Like weeks ago now. And anyway.
Still, yeah, I had a big ceramic, or not ceramic, composite thing done, and it's increased the sensitivity over here, and it's only just starting to go. But anyway, we won't bother you with my
brandy.
my dentist. Yeah, alcohol generally.
That's what
yeah,
you need.
does that, and cloves.
Yeah,
What else have we got? I want to cover this because this is really cool, and I wasn't aware of this until very recently. So a lot of people lay hate on Teenage Engineering for their very expensive products. Not so much the cheap products, but their very expensive ones. Yeah. Now, at the ADC event that happened in Bristol, did you go, by the way, Jason? Because it's in your neck of the woods. No, you didn't.
It is my neck of the woods. No.
So
Didn't
a
even know it was
company called Void 9 brought this, and this is the Void 9 Monet, spelled Monai, and the reason I brought Teenage Engineering into it is because it looks like a bit of a Teenage Engineering-y kind of cloney thing, but it seems to
knobs are
be an
too big.
incredibly powerful and rather cute little instrument.
I'm a bit worried about the size of those knobs. Look, they're just too proud.
It's my life
They
story,
do.
Jervis.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Someone had to say it.
It's got
Stand there, man. Get it out.
it's got standard MIDI, it's got CV, it's got USB connectivity, it's multi-timbral, polyphonic, but the beauty of this is that it's open source software, so you can develop your own little applications that will run in this thing and make use of the hardware that's there. I really don't know a huge amount about this. I didn't have much time to go through the detail of this, but lots of people got hands-on with it, as you can see here at ADC 2025 in Bristol the other weekend. There is a good video on the Sonic State website because Nick managed to grab an interview. But I just think this is a really cool thing. They've clearly drawn inspiration from these devices that we see, particularly Teenage Engineering, with this SDK. Build your own extension. So No price, no availability other than they're looking for like Q2 next year. But I mean, on the face of it, I just wanted to get some opinions on this. I mean, this.
Did you see what
looked
processor
cool.
it's running?
It doesn't say.
I saw this thing, but I didn't look into it all too deeply yet.
Yeah, there's not a huge amount of real detail on here. But I just think this is something I'm definitely going to be looking forward to next year, and I don't know whether they're going to be at any of the shows. It'll be interesting to see and get hands on with one of these. But I just kind of like the look of this, and if this undercuts in terms of price, some of those more expensive digital trinkets, should we call them, and give you a lot of performance in a small box that is also open source that you can do, or other people can do really clever things, whether you benefit from them or not. I don't know.
I don't see the comparison with like the OP1 or OPXY and all that kind. Like that sort of thing. Like I get that they're both small or whatever, but like they're extremely different things. Like
right.
That kind of stuff. I'm like I kind of get it, but I feel like it's a false comparison. And it's,
okay.
Those kinds of comparisons, I feel like, do more injustice than justice when I see that kind of stuff.
This is more like a Sonicware kind of device, it looks like to me.
I was going to say that, actually, Andrew. It does look like...
But I mean, the open source aspect of it is a whole different thing in and of itself also. Like, I mean, to me, it looks really cool. And, I want an OPXY really badly, personally. Like, just for the way that it sequences and stuff, I'm into that. And portability. But this thing I want for a wholly different reason, and that is I would be using this in a similar way that I use like my ER301. Like I would use this as kind of like a development platform for my own ideas and just be like building things out.
Yeah. James in the chat says that they might have said that it was Raspberry Pi in the interview. I haven't had a chance to check that out. This I just threw this in there because to me it just looked very interesting. Yeah, that's kind of it, really. Go and check the website out because it's Void9, so VOID, the number 9.com. Go and check that out, and you can sign up to like newsletters and stuff to keep in touch and learn more. It's completely it's rechargeable battery inside, so that you just plug it in to charge it up, and then you can just go off and out and do your own thing. I just kind of like the look of this.
You know what else makes these things super interesting these days? That, in the past, a lot of this stuff would have been like ultra niche and only developers and whatnot would be all that interested in it. Is nowadays we have a whole new opportunity that we didn't have before, and that is vibe coding. Now it's you can go into any kind of AI chatbot thing and vibe code whatever it is that you're working on. I've got multiple friends that are working on products that are not coding developers themselves, but are now coding their own products because they can vibe code. So
and then in the past as well, all you got for a box that size was like a stylophone or something like that.
Oh yeah, I've always wanted one of those.
What, a stylophone?
Yeah, like the old school ones,
I've got a stylophone. You want a shot of mine?
Yeah, go on then.
I've got OG down here.
Did they come with the paedophile advertising?
There you go.
I got it. Wow.
I don't feel if you have
really
a studio if you don't have a stylophone. What is going on here?
I know. I've got a
Do you want
stylophone and a
it back,
stylophone
or shall I
drum.
keep it?
You peasants, none of you got a
Scott.
350 though, have you?
You know the one that I really liked was the stylophone that they did. They showed it at NAMM a few years back, and it was an analog synth built into it.
Yeah.
And
Big
it was
thing.
like,
Didn't
oh,
Doty
man,
do a whole bunch of
actually
videos?
sounded
Still want
really
one of
good.
those.
James Dyson has just done a video on that the last couple of days, done a couple of videos on that, working with some other things. It's quite extraordinary.
No, I think this one is older than that one. Like
Was it called the
one
Gen
before
X
that.
one or something?
It was like
That's the Gen X one, the R8.
I did a
The
video
R8
on it
is
when I was
the
at that
proper
NAMM,
one.
but this is years ago.
Yeah.
I know
Like
that
2021?
Doty did a bunch of
2021?
videos.
Yeah, Doty had one. It's the R8. Gen R8.
Gen R8, that's it, yeah.
Gen
Of
R8.
course, Gen R8, yeah.
Have you
'Cause
guessed what it is
This is
yet?
the Gen X one.
Yeah, that's the same as
No,
the one
that's
I've
not what I'm
got.
talking
The Gen
about.
X2. Yeah.
It's not the R8 that I'm talking about.
Oh, is it not?
No, it's not. It's older than that. Hold on. I'm going to find it right now.
Yeah, do. Yeah. Because the Gen R8's kind of... That's a cool synth, though, to be fair. And they're still using aspects of the Generate now, finally with this particular
OG
series.
Look at that.
Oh,
Let's have a look at that, Robbie.
cool.
Here it is. It's called the
Pass it this
S2.
way.
It's not a 350 though, is it?
Here it is.
Nice.
I'll put it in the
Won't
chat.
work as
It's
seamless,
different though.
did it?
It's different. And
Nobody knows. I haven't got one of those.
Still not a 350.
it's
Sorry.
still not a
Pass it
350.
down to Scott.
Yeah.
Oh my
Lost
god, I
control.
look young in this video.
We've lost control.
I wish I knew where my
dear.
350 was.
Can Euro G
thought
do
you-
this? Oh, it's not working. batteries have run out.
A stylophone that doesn't work. Heaven forbid.
Hey, Rob,
Anyway.
look at that link that I put in there. You can see it.
Scott McAuley sound design.
Hang on a minute.
Or the shared screen.
Stylophone king.
That's me when I was a youngin'.
My
This is
Oh
2013.
wow.
Wow.
yes, too.
So this thing was,
Oh, yes. I
get it.
remember this.
yeah. So this thing actually sounded really good. Like I was blown away when I was messing with it. But
Wow.
yeah, I think they only made a very small run of these. But yeah, it was pretty darn cool, man.
Did you get one, Ken? Have you got one?
I did not.
No.
No. I was broke then and I'm broke now. So,
That's
Yeah.
the one that Doty did videos on. That's the one. I've just checked it on there. Yeah. Yes, too.
Wow.
Look at that. But yeah,
I know he's got
there
an
we go.
R8 as well. So
So yeah, void9.com if you want to check out the Monet and sign up to get updates on that there. Let's see if we can squeeze maybe one. I'm going to put this one.
talk about
into
the Savant thing.
the what? What?
The
Oh, it's in the
Savant. I
private.
put it
It's in the private chat,
Put it
bro.
in the private chat. It's stunning.
Private chat.
Did you not see this? The IM90?
No, I did not.
Man, oh man, it got me all kinds of hot and bothered.
Okay.
My good friend
Right.
Justin has a Publicin in his studio. Publicin in
Oh.
machine.
Oh
And
my goodness.
I cannot tell you if you go and watch the YouTube demo of this. I mean, I really tried. You don't hear a difference. So much so that I was like, I'm suspicious of this demo because I can't hear a difference when they A/B back and forth, and you don't even hear gain staging differences, nothing.
okay.
And I'm just like, oh my goodness, like
So this is weird because I got an email from Sarah Anglis, who some might know. She's a musician. She's also she's doing a PhD at the moment, and she's doing her PhD in the Infernal Machine, the one with the keyboard. What was that? I can't remember the model number.
I
But
can't
it's-
remember.
God.
They had an expander on it.
Yeah. Let me
Yeah.
get her email.
I bloody
And
got
she-
one. I can't remember what it's
Well,
called.
this is funny because she emailed me and said, "You're into vintage samplers. Have you ever played with a DHM 89B2, which is this Publicin?" And I said, "No, I'm aware of it. I know that it messes with space and time and all that kind of stuff, but it's an incredible thing." She's got one. She's got that with the keyboard as well,
Yeah.
and so she's now learning about the guy that was behind it who filed off all the chip numbers, so you don't know what to replace it with. But this is very interesting.
Yeah, so I found out about this like a little while back, and so I go to Just Blaze's studio a lot, and he's got it there, and that was how I actually learned of the thing, from his studio, and I was just like, oh, this is crazy. And he's got stories about, like, he had two of them at one point, and like his whole method of getting them. So and messing with it, I was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of this other plugin that I use, but that plugin is not specifically this. And holy crap, when I saw this, I got super hype. And go watch that hardware comparison video, because it is shocking.
Yeah, I think I might be buying this after the end of the show because it does fascinate me.
Yeah, and
I'll
it's on
send it to
sale now
Sarah.
for like $79.
Yeah, $79.
That's a good deal, yeah.
$100 off. Bonkers. And there's a trial version, so you want to just try it before you buy, you can do that as well.
I
Thanks
have
for that
zero
tip.
affiliation with them. I don't know those people from Adam. Like, But I saw this thing and I was just like, I watched the video and I was shocked. I was like, this sounds so dead on, and it's it's very cool.
Well, when Sarah emailed me, I thought there must be a plug-in version, and I didn't see this. So there we go. Yeah, it's crazy, absolutely cool. Thank you for that tip. I want to squeeze this one in because this looks really cool. So this is a Kickstarter project that the film is made, the film is done. They're kickstarting. They've only got 101 minutes left to go. Let's just do a quick refresh on that. The reason they're kickstarting is they want to get it onto streaming services so they can get it out in front of more people. They just need to finalise the licensing payments because, as we all know, with anything to do with music documentaries, it's all the major cost is licensing. This is a documentary called God Said Give 'Em Drum Machines, and it is basically pretty much all about the original origins of the techno scene in Detroit. And the trailer, I don't know if we can play a little bit of the trailer and not get our wrists slapped, but should we give it a go? I think we ought to give it a try.
Hey man, take a look at that cover and tell me what you remember about it.
This was the beginning. I didn't understand how this was going to have an impact on the future.
Electronic dance beats are pulsating into the mainstream.
Many of the faces of that were white Europeans, like 2 or 3 generations later than the founders of this genre, who most people have no idea who they are.
People think it came from Europe, but techno's from Detroit.
It's about making soul music that you can dance to, and that's something that is inherently American and is inherently black.
When you wanted to.
How about that? Oh, he's muted again. Robbie, you're muted.
Yeah,
I'm losing. I'm going to stop. I'm just going to stop this whole thing with because it's the vertical video thing that's doing it. Anyway, as I said, this looks great. They're funded, but if you want to throw a little bit of money into it as well, you can do. But hopefully, look for this on your streaming services at some point soon. This looks, techno is an amazing genre, and this is really about its true origins, as they say in the trailer. There, it wasn't just a white European thing. This was in people like Kevin Saunderson, Juan Atkins, Derek May, all of that lot. So it's really a valid and well worthy project. So fingers crossed that will make it to streaming, and we can all sit and enjoy that very soon.
Back it though, back it if you can.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
A good thing.
Back it.
Put your cash on it. Loads of money.
That brings us to the end of the show. Let me just bring this up. I'm all
there we go.
There we go. We're all there.
Are we?
It's Friday.
It's
all a
some
bit
form of
haven't we? Had a week.
Ken, thank you so much, and thank you to Glenn. I know Glenn's still in the chat, but thank you for letting us have Ken. He has been working, honestly, in between his wit and acerbic comments throughout the show. It's great to have you on, as it always is. Please do come back, and congrats on Synth, which is a brilliant achievement, and I look forward to seeing that doing incredibly well. So yeah, thank you very much indeed for coming on, mate. Really,
thanks
really
for
good
having
to see
me.
you.
And everybody buy like 7 of them.
Yeah,
maybe 8
at least.
Yeah.
I want to see
Even if you
people
can't
play
play
with their
with
I'll
noses.
part exchange my recorder for one.
We do actually have some recorder samples and stuff in there, so you will not need your recorder anymore.
Oh no, I do.
No. This is fixing that.
We've got
that's a big recorder you've got, Jason.
No, I'm just pleased to see you, Scott.
We've got a really good show coming up next week, but it won't be live, but it will be on at the same time on the Friday. The reason it won't be live is we've got some very special guests, but it is Thanksgiving in the US next week. So from Thursday through Monday, America just goes on a bender. So we
They definitely
decided
don't want to talk to English people.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they especially don't
The
want to talk to
redcoats are
English people.
going.
Yeah, ungrateful colonials. So
revolting.
Did
Did you see what they've done to the tea?
They tipped it into the water,
Good
onto
God.
a ship and everything.
It wasn't even hot water.
Awash
So
with tea.
we're recording the show next week and then broadcasting it on the Friday. So you can still join in, you can still watch the show, and you can still talk amongst yourselves, but you won't be able to talk to us or our guests. And I'll give you 3 guesses. Well, actually, I won't give you any guesses who our guests are next week.
No idea.
And,
Jamming to
and
that.
it didn't.
To infinity and
It didn't mute me.
beyond.
It didn't mute me. Lots of speculation about this. This is apparently, as they've said before, their most requested instrument ever. So they're saving this one up for the end of the year, just before Thanksgiving. Cherry Audio will be on the show as our guests next week. It will be on at the same time in the same place. It won't be a live show. It'll be pre-recorded. So just sit back and relax and enjoy that one. So they're coming on the show next week. Thank you to everyone else. Thank you to Jason. We haven't seen you in a little while. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. You got another
Lovely
stream
to
coming
meet
up the weekend.
Oh, you know, jamming in Jim Jams on Sunday, back on the modular. Let's have another
10
look at the
PM
modular,
UK
shall we?
time, yeah.
Look at,
there we go. Ugh.
Look at
Shivers.
that. There's leaves and everything on it. Look.
Shivers.
Look.
That reminds me, I haven't had spaghetti for ages.
I know. It's like David.
I've got loads of new
Bowie.
cables
Yeah.
as well.
We'll grapple me great.
Synth cable.
Yeah, that's what I don't get about it. I've got some of the.
Don't get about it, honestly.
have
Philistine.
got-
Philistine.
Look.
Yeah. Are your cables as good as my cables, though?
I don't
These
know.
are literally synthcables.com. There's a deal on. Go buy yourself
I got
cables.
these
25 to
from Juno.
40% off.
I think I've got enough. Thank you.
Is it begins with
Yeah,
I?
and
I can't remember what's the name. Inter Audio.
No, this is
that a thing?
literally synthcables.com, and they've got a deal on at the moment. So get yourself loads of cables for less
Intelligent.
money.
Close.
Intelligent.
Close.
There you go. Look, I've got loads
Oh
of
yeah,
them.
they're expensive ones, but
Oh,
I
you
mean
see?
these are better. These are better.
Andrew's playing the drums.
You just paid more money for the same thing. Talk to the
Just
man.
clicked on the first one. I thought,
I've got
I know, right?
Anyway.
Mine came with a sticker. Look at that.
Always ends
wow.
up with a
See it.
flex at the end, doesn't it?
Always look at that.
Um,
That looks a little bit like. Who does that look?
Gaz.
Like? It does, doesn't it?
A bit like Gaz Williams.
Yeah.
Anyway, great to see you, Jason. Thank you ever so much. Don't
Yeah,
forget to tune in
likewise.
to
Thank you
Jason's
for
show,
having me on again.
10 p.m. Sunday, jamming in Gin Jams with Jackson.
Thursday on
Tom
Wednesday as well.
Yeah. And of Wednesdays.
Tom's
yes,
hiding
indeed.
on the table. You can't see him.
Indeed.
He's here.
Andrew, you doing much this weekend?
Music. I'm just loving just playing and not having to do it for anyone else. I'm loving it. So yeah, I'm going to be doing lots of playing over the weekend and writing music.
Good stuff.
That's it.
Kent, you're Mustanging.
I am lacquering tomorrow, or weather forgiving, which won't
said he
take
was
very
gonna
long.
lacking.
And then I'm doing some more synthesizer repairing, breaking. No, repairing.
Repairing.
That one. Yeah. Probably have another go at the Polymoog and see if I can completely bugger it this time. So.
Cool.
Because it only came in for 2 things, but I wasn't expecting it to catch fire a couple of days ago. That was different. It's Miss Guy Fawkes night, didn't it? But
yeah.
yeah.
Could have got it right.
Power supply just decided had. I think it's what they call an existence failure.
Okey-doke. Yeah. Excellent. Scott, are you rewatching the Denmark game across the weekend?
Yeah, I think for the 17th time.
Yeah. It was good.
It
the
was very
result's
good.
different.
It was very good.
Isn't it
Quite
fun,
quiet
though,
weekend this weekend for me, so
Yeah.
it's probably been much of a music and patch weekend for me again. More so music on a weekend. I try to sort of take a step back from the patches over the weekends. We've got a 40th birthday actually tomorrow night, so That might be a bit of a drunken affair, which might end up just writing off Sunday anyway.
Any excuse.
Not like me.
Oh, by the way, we had somebody in the chat that said, read the dealia, maybe the overdrive is kicking in from the filters drive.
No, I tried that. I did read that one and replied back to it. Yeah, I did try that, but it seems, we'll wait and see what they come back with.
Yeah.
They've got the two patches that's causing me the issue, and I've not heard back from them yet, so they're obviously trying to work on it. But hopefully it's just a firmware fix and it'll sort it out. Either that or it's just a failed component and it just needs changed out, But it does happen. Not everything's perfect.
No, that's true. We had a pro tip from Dr. Mike Metley.
Yes, I know, that was good. That was a good one.
3.5 mil to 2 male RCA and 3.5 mil to 2 female RCA. Plug them together with the RCA's left and right reversed equals a quick and dirty TRS MIDI A to B.
It's a good tip, that, though, if you're ever stuck.
Field medics.
Just buy the right cable.
I just make my own cables. It's a lot easier.
Anyway, there you go. Thanks for that, Mike, and thank you for the donation, which was worth that on its own. Definitely. So thank you very much indeed. So as I said, we'll be back same time, same place next week. It won't be live; it'll be recorded. But I've got very special guests from Cherry Audio. You will know by the time the show goes out what their new thing is, but they'll be here to tell us all about it and some extra stuff, I'm sure, as well. I believe it's going to be Dan, Mal, and James Terrace, their chief sound designer. I believe are going to be joining us. So fingers crossed, and we will see you all then. I'm off to one of our country's finest universities tomorrow to see if I can fix their Fairlight CMI 2X.
Oh,
Scunthorpe.
Yeah, no, Keele University in near Stoke. So yeah,
Midlands.
Nice little journey out there and see if I can screw up their Fairlight even more than it is. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to be shipping the last Fairlight that I will probably ship out from Hill because that's all getting knocked on the head. So,
don't be surprised if you get a call from the Pirate University because they're having problems with page R.
Anybody else die? Scott, get the dry...
I'll just catch that bit of tumbleweed.
Yeah.
Scott, have you tried the dry joint fix with the synth?
Dry joint? What, just wiggling the parts?
No. What you do is you have a really strong joint and then you don't notice the clicking anymore.
Dear. And on that note, once again, thank you to Ken Pierce from ASM for telling us all about the wonderful Dio synth. Thank you very much. Thank you to Glenn for letting him out for half an hour. And we will see you all again.
Didn't bite anybody, did he?
Thank you, Ken.
Sorry,
take care.
I'm like multitasking, so I'm sorry.
You go for it. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you next week. Take care. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Bye.